Guiding employees through uncertain times, what leaders need to know about navigating change. Abstract. This article explores how compassionate leadership can stabilize organizations during uncertain times. Presenting evidence-based strategies for maintaining employee engagement and resilience. The article, drawing from professional consulting experience and research, identifies key approaches that address fundamental human needs in the workplace: consistent leadership presence, transparent and empathetic communication, fostering shared purpose, prioritizing skill development, and strengthening interpersonal connections even in remote settings. By integrating practical examples with established research on workplace psychology, the article demonstrates how organizations can transform periods of instability into opportunities for growth when leaders authentically prioritize employee well-being, create meaningful work environments, and build communities centered on mutual support and shared values. As a trusted organizational consultant and researcher, I have seen firsthand how times of uncertainty can negatively impact employee engagement, motivation, and retention. However, with compassionate leadership and commitment to core human needs, businesses can weather even the most turbulent periods. Today we will identify the key factors that empower employees during change and outline practical strategies any executive can implement to provide direction, foster growth, and strengthen connections between people and purpose. Ultimately, with care, communication, and community, organizations possess an innate strength to evolve through challenge. Stability in a sea of change. While the rapid shifts of today's world often feel disorienting, research shows humans fundamentally crave predictability. When external circumstances appear unstable, having consistent leaders who demonstrate care, competence, and candor becomes profoundly stabilizing. Studies show supervisor support is one of the most influential factors impacting employee well-being and performance. Bakker, Demaruti, and Schofeli, 2003. Rhodes and Eisenberger, 2002. Times of uncertainty are exactly when leaders must double down on establishing reliable routines through which to communicate openly and transparently with staff. Communicate frequently and with compassion. Communication should be a top priority for executives guiding teams through change. While constant updates are important, focusing messages on human impact is most effective. Research shows compassion, conveying care, understanding, and willingness to help others, is a deeply motivating quality for workers. Pervanova et al. 2006. Leaders must communicate not just facts but acknowledge how changes make people feel, normalize difficulty, and convey belief that challenges can be overcome through shared resilience and spirit. Frequent informal check-ins allow listening and rapport building just as crucially as information sharing. Foster a sense of shared purpose. Times of uncertainty often threaten one's sense of purpose and productivity at work. However, research demonstrates finding meaning and higher purpose through community is a fundamental human need, especially during hardship. Pink, 2009. Dutton and Heafy, 2003. Leaders can foster purpose by connecting day-to-day responsibilities to overarching organizational goals and values. For example, emphasizing how roles impact important outcomes like customer service or innovation gives work intrinsic significance beyond a paycheck. Retaining a higher purpose orientation is key to maintaining motivation when external conditions appear uncontrollable. Leaders should make time for celebrating accomplishments together to reinforce pride in shared successes. Prioritize growth and skills development while uncertainty naturally triggers anxiety. Focusing on personal and professional growth can empower employees with a sense of control. Studies show supporting learning and development enhances employee engagement and performance during change. Mantes et al. 2012. Leaders should assess team skills, interests, and strengths to guide continued education. For digital manufacturing clients facing supply chain upheaval, we launched virtual skills workshops on topics from data analytics to project management. Pairing growth with performance management demonstrates commitment to workers' long-term careers, not just temporary tasks. Encouraging goals like certifications and mentoring keeps motivation intrinsically driven beyond short-term conditions. Strengthen connections through virtual engagement. A central challenge of remote work is maintaining organic connections between colleagues. However, research shows strong workplace relationships boost job satisfaction and well-being. Especially under pressure, Baker and Dutton, 2007. Thus, digital engagement must be a priority, from consistent video conferencing to fun team-building activities. For a pharmaceutical client, we helped coordinate video catch-ups over coffee or lunch using interactive online backgrounds to spark casual chat. Department heads organized virtual book clubs and talent shows. Leveraging employee feedback and experimenting with various platforms and activities fosters belonging during isolation. Leaders should role model engagement and community building to encourage widespread participation. Conclusion: leading through uncertainty with care. Commitment and connection. As organizational leaders look to empower teams through periods of uncertainty. Focusing on stability, shared purpose, growth, and connection will strengthen resilience. However, underpinning practical strategies must be genuine care, commitment and compassion for employees' well-being. Having guided diverse organizations through challenges, I have seen how these human-centered qualities can make or break how change is experienced. Ultimately empowering workers with reliability, meaning, skills and relationships will nurture the adaptive capacities required to weather disruption and emerge even stronger. By leaning into core human needs, leaders empower both themselves and their people to face uncertainty with steadfast solidarity.